It has been said that individuals make sense of their world most effectively by telling their story from the point of view of their lived experience. This telling helps others to get personal with their experience. When the Bottom Rises is a story of homelessness in the city we call the Big Easy, where personal is powerful enough to reset the experience and awaken a sense of renewal, where all is forgiven and lessons learned lest we forget.
After Katrina, housing was basically non-existent, and so the numbers of homeless people just increased dramatically.
With a homeless population estimated at almost 6,700, the New Orleans metro area has the second highest rate of homelessness in the nation. This according to a February 2012 report issued by the National Alliance to End Homelessness. When the Bottom Rises is a documentary that takes a poignant look at the construct of homelessness in New Orleans. It depicts a circumstance where hope comes to breathe and help learns to fly without wings. It is a portrait of the daily grind of being without brick and mortar, connectedness to the human experience, dignity and respect denied, loneliness at every corner, and light at the end of a city deemed crescent.
His description was being lost in the fog and don't know how to get out. And I feel it's a good description that the longer they're in these bad situations, that's what's happened. They know deep down what they need to do, but they don't know how to get there. So it's like they don't know how to get out of the fog.
When the Bottom Rises reminds us of a city's resolve, where compassion, grace, and forgiveness is spared alongside the least among us, who are ignored, forgotten, disdained, misunderstood, and ultimately made invisible in the spotlight of the Crescent City. Yet somehow a glimmer of hope becomes visible beneath the shadows of the faces we call homeless.
You could be homeless, but the bottom is being homeless and not wanting to do anything for yourself. There you go. That's where it is.
And sometimes we look at homeless people as derelicts or the bottom of the barrel. But some of these guys are pretty bright. They are very, very bright.
This story is not just about being homeless in New Orleans, but rather a story of courage, choice, and change, where the Bottom rises slowly because it recognizes the one common center where all lives begin. As a society, we often grapple with invisibility of homelessness and are never quite sure what is it about this issue that makes us so uncomfortable. Why can't people get themselves out of the situation and live normal, like everyone else?
We don't have capacity in terms of those programs to really deal with all of the need that's out there. We don't have the capacity.
So we have the services, but the demand is so great you can't keep up with it.
You can't keep up with it.
When the Bottom Rises is a documentary that challenges the viewer to consider what can be learned about the experience of being homeless that might challenge how we as a society view people in this circumstance and further challenge how we see ourselves.